So Chris was talking a little bit about New Mexico United and about how he's pretty stoked about it, and it's kind of an exciting thing. And that just kind of brought to mind an opportunity that you could totally have in terms of blogging and how to promote your site in a way that might seem a little bit left field, but would be very beneficial in the long run. So Chris is absolutely right. So Albuquerque has recently, we've introduced New Mexico United. Chris can talk, please interject if there's any details I'm missing, but it's a minor league soccer team, and it is really exciting for the city. We've had a minor league baseball team, for a long time called the Isotopes, but New Mexico United has like the full support of the city behind it right now. People are going to the games. They have like 8,000 people at each one. It's awesome. It's really cool. And it's also a thing that people are talking about a lot. That is the perfect thing to start to maybe consider, something like that in your area. And not everybody's going to have a golden, a silver bullet like that. But, writing a blog post about that from a completely informational, like go Albuquerque, like how cool do we have this going on right now? Purely almost like a human interest piece, you might want to call it, if it was featured on a local news station, and not like a, hey, I'm going to sell, you a home also. It's a good example of a way that you can create something that might be, considered quote unquote viral content. I think that, this would be a great opportunity for New Mexico real estate agents to be writing about this right now. So, say I was going to write a post about New Mexico United. I'm in the blog section here. I'm going to go to create new post. You would purely want to be writing something along these lines. Maybe you've got, a new farmer's market opening up that's going to be, pretty great in the neighborhood. I mentioned this gentleman before, Dustin Brome. But he wrote about Topgolf coming to, I believe, Salt Lake City, or maybe it was a city near Salt Lake. But anyways, it was Salt Lake City. He wrote about Topgolf coming to Salt Lake City, shared it on Facebook, and I'll show you exactly what you should be doing with that. And that went kind of like it became like a mini viral, kind of thing. And he started ranking really well. So when people were just Googling like, oh yes, Topgolf's coming, let me see about that, pop open, google.com. Topgolf Salt Lake City. He was ranking like, above like the actual news articles about it, and his website
above Topgolf.
Yeah, his website got a ton of traffic about it. So, so just writing about, New Mexico United, in Albuquerque, I think would be a great idea. It's always a good idea. You can definitely incorporate a giveaway in it in some way, shape, or form. Like maybe you could give away 2 tickets to the next game or something along those lines. But, it's really easy to write, a kind of a fluff piece, about it, and then, start pumping that out there. So all I did was I found a video, I copied the URL, I went back here, embedded it, boom. And we've already got video content on this page. And then probably down here, you'd continue to write about the success the team has been having so far, how great of a community element it is, how family friendly the games are, how accessible the Isotopes Park is. It's right within town. And, just how it's like a great thing, for the community at large, kind of moving into the spring season. I would, create my page here. We want to, we didn't include anything about real estate in it, probably not, because if you're looking at this right now, like we can already tell that this is, a real estate website. We would probably use a different header. This image is not the best. This GIF that somebody loaded here, get it a little bit cleaner looking. And then we'd have content on this page, and we would see more blogs. It'd be a good thing to start sharing. What Dustin did, and I thought was super effective, is that he just went into Facebook and he found groups that were about Salt Lake City. So buy, sell, trade, used cars and trucks, Metro Crime Watch. This would be a good one to join, and really what you can do is you can join any of these groups and then just paste the link to your blog, just go ahead, pop in there with a real standard thing. Like, don't angle it as like, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Here's what I wrote about New Mexico United. Just be like, very general, like, hey, how about, NMU? Like, they're doing great, right, guys? And then just post a link to it too. The onboard tools that you're going to see here are going to count shares. So if you're getting a lot of shares on, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, even if somebody just shares your post or shares the link themselves, it's going to be counted here, so you can keep track of it. There's going to be a little red badge will come up that will start counting the number of times that your blog has been shared by other folks. So just a good example of latching on to something that's exciting in your community, and just go ahead and search for local groups about yours, even if they don't seem terribly relevant. Like some of these Albuquerque yard sale, they might have moderation teams that don't want you to post things like that, but there will also be just more human interest groups like Business Matters, any of these things. Look for the ones that have Hispano Chamber of Commerce, that'd be great. Look for the ones that have the most members and just post in there. And then if you get, you can also sort by public groups as well. The ones that you don't need to be approved to join exactly. So yeah, so post in there. Always a good idea to be kind of spreading blog content in that manner, kind of out and amongst, your community.